Yeah, if you watch my channel, you know I'm always doing something. But anyway, I'm gonna rebuild the 302. So I just, again, this is for me because I can't remember things like I used to. But I'm just gonna tell you what I learned today. Well, first of all, the machine shop in my area are 1 to 2 months out to get any work done. So anyway, to get it bored out, which I need, to get, get it bored out, get the lifter bore honed out, because my lifters would not just pull straight out, they would go down. To get new cam bearings put in and the old ones removed. Again, I'm going to say this out of order because my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Now, if you get it honed down, you're going to need new pistons. So the pistons are no good. Now, when I was at the machine shop, these are called, in this year, or back then, this is called a flat top lifter. She showed me, she says they will not guarantee any work for flat top lifters. She showed me a lifter, but you know you hear about material coming from China. She showed me a lifter that was worn down a ½ inch in 20 minutes. So she said, if you're going to stick with, again, getting back to when I mentioned honed down, and I was saying, well, maybe I get new lifters. She's saying, no, you can't buy them. They're no good anymore. So she suggested that if I did want to stick with the same lifters, and I don't know if I can switch or not, to take these down to a machine, to a specialty camshaft shop that would just take them apart, clean them out. They put a groove in here so it oil better. So anyway, that's flat top lifters. The pistons, these pistons actually say 302 on them. I'm just saying what I'm learning. But these particular pistons, and I don't understand why. Let me look at this closer. But she was saying these pins need to be pressed in. So if you look right here, this piston rod does not, it's not sliding on the piston pin. The piston pin is what slides. I mean, I've took apart another engine where you could take the clips out and get it out, but no, in this case, they have to be pressed out. In other words, the rod is pressed onto the pin and they don't slide. It's the pin that's sliding. But anyway, if I get it bored out, which I know I need, I don't have the tools for that. I just can't do everything myself. But to get and I measure my camshaft, I think that's okay, but to get new bearings for the camshaft, new pistons, to get it bored out, to get new piston, to get new cam bearings put in, what else? To get the lifter cleaned out, the lifter bores cleaned out. What am I missing here? There's something I'm missing. Oh, so, and again, I'm not sure they can reuse these rods. They probably can. I don't know the answer to that one right now. And new ring, anyway, a rebuild kit that does not include a camshaft, does not include anything above the block, you know, we're talking short block. All the machine work, all the parts, all the machine, oh, and the crankshaft. The crankshaft, I measured that in the last video, the crankshaft main bearings are okay, in my opinion. But the crankshaft bearings, where the rod connects to the crankshaft is worn out at least 5,000. So I can't do that kind of work either. I mean, I can't fix the crankshaft. I mean, I could try it, but I'm not going to try it. So, new bearings, new pistons, new rings, bore out the cylinders is about $12.50. That's not bad. But it's 2 months. It's going to take 2 months. So I'm going to have to go on to something else for a while. Oh, and I'm also going to talk about the transmission. So I have again, this is a 64 Galaxie. I think they call it 64 and a half. In 1964 and a half, the Galaxie came with a 289 5-bolt, I think it's called. Like, go back to my earlier videos. But on where the transmission hooks to the block, it's 5-bolt. In later 64, or late 64, or 65, it becomes 5-bolt. Again, that's just trivia off the top of my head. But anyway, so I rebuilt the transmission. I don't even know if I showed it, but I rebuilt the transmission. I put it in with the, I can't remember what engine. Is it the 302 or the 289? And I couldn't get it. It didn't feel like it was shifting right to me. I didn't take it for a ride. I mean, just sitting here in the shop. So, I'm uneasy about that. And I don't want to keep doing this over and over and over. But at the same time, I'm on a budget. I don't have endless amounts of money like everybody. Like, you know, I watch videos. I keep saying, where do these people get all this money from? But anyway, I went on Facebook, and there's a guy that rebuilds transmissions. I'm going to get to the point of this. No, the point of this is that I want somebody to take the transmission apart and just check it. I mean, I already got the parts. So I found a guy that will rebuild C4 transmissions. He's a AES or whatever they call it, certified transmission builder. I can't look in the camera and talk for some reason. I got to keep looking around. Anyway, it's really weird. Just today I found this guy, and he said, I go, how much did you rebuild the C4? He goes, $1,200, I think it was. Maybe we'll just call it 15. I said, look, I already rebuilt it. I just want you to take it apart and check everything to see if I screwed up anywhere. He said, okay, I'll do that for you. So, I don't know what he's going to charge. But I don't want to, when I put the engine and transmission in, I want it to work. I don't want to screw around anymore. I'm sick of it. I want to move on to different things, like the car. But, and the weird thing is, I live in Washington, and he lives near the Capitol. He lives in an area called, I can't think what it's called, but it's about an hour from here. So he goes, I'll meet you. I mean, I don't know if you've done this before. There's this thing going on where people, at least in this state, when you go to buy something, they say, I'll meet you in a parking lot. So, so if I would have met him at his residence, because he wasn't there at the time, it would have been like another 40 minutes. But this is the weird thing. He goes, I can meet you at the casino. So I met him at a casino on the second floor. Right off the bat, that gives you an uneasy feeling. The guy, and he's with his mother. I don't know if it's his mother or his sister, and they're twins. You just run into a lot of weird things. So I meet him in the casino parking lot on the second floor. I take the transmission out of the back of my Escape. I put it in the back of his truck. They go in to gamble. I mean, I guess that's what they're there for, right? He's probably addicted to gambling. But, you know, now I'm going to go in philosophy. But I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. It doesn't mean he's a bad person. It means he's got an addiction. But that doesn't mean he's not maybe the best transmission builder in the world. Or maybe he's the worst. I don't know. But I don't. So, to make this story a little bit longer, to take the transmission to a regular transmission shop, they want like $2,000. I'm gonna bet, this is just a wild guess, I'm gonna bet he's gonna charge me $500 or less. That's just a guess and a hope. The other thing, I'm getting tired of this car just sitting here. I can't drive it. I found I can buy a brand new, not brand new, a remanufactured 302 with a carburetor, they call it crate engine running, everything you could need, wires, distributor, EFI distributor, for $4,000. I might do that. But at the same time, so what I'm saying is, if I get the engine back, if I buy an engine, it's really out of my budget, but I can swing it. I can get the engine and the transmission, get it in this car, and get it moving. As for the that's a 302. But I've been thinking, the 289 that I took out of this car and the 302 that I spent $800 for this 302, a 1968 302 with a FMX transmission. But then I come to find out that 2 of the cylinders are bad. No, 2 of the cylinders had low compression, but upon buying those instruments, the checking, they need to be bored out. But anyway, getting back to what I was thinking, I think I'm going to spend the 12, even if I get another engine or I don't, I'm going to take both engines in. I'm going to get the same work done. Get them bored out, get the pistons, get the everything I said. I'm pointing at the 289 over there. Get it running. I mean, I don't need it, but it's not worth anything. Well, let me back up. Let's say I don't want to sell a 289. I mean, I can make it, because you saw the 302, it sounded pretty good if you watched my last videos. But I don't want to sell a 289 or a 302 that sounds pretty good, but I know, and in my mind, that it's got bad compression. So I'm going to rebuild both these engines through the machine shop, which is going to take a few months, paint them and sell them probably. Because if not, it's a total loss. I think, well, what is a rebuilt engine worth? It's got to be worth $3,000, maybe $4,000. I don't know, but I think it's a way to get my money back and to learn this process. I think there's money in just getting engines. Let's say you pick an engine, whatever year, car, whatever. Get a junkyard engine or engine out of an old car or a transmission. Just get the short block rebuilt. If you've got a run stand like I built, you could make a living just selling engines. I'm not saying I'm going to do that, But anyway, that's where I'm at. I just wanted to put this down today because I just went to the machine shop today. Oh, and then also I'm gonna get a full gasket set. Basically, she said, this is the lady, the guy's wife. So she's been doing this a long time. You can't work at the front desk and not pick up a lot of information, especially things that go wrong. But so anyway, they're gonna get a total rebuild kit, because if not, here's the thing: if I need new pistons and I bring them to them, or a rebuild kit, they're not going to guarantee the work. But if they buy the stuff, which I'm sure it's right around what I'll pay, because they're probably getting a discount, it'll be guaranteed. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I don't think there's anything I left out. I just want to put this on video for me and anybody watching. And I might go on to bodywork next. I'm not sure. I'm kind of dreading it. I don't want to do it. And I still need this. I don't know if you can see in the background. This Trans Am, I'm going to get rid of it. It's hard for me to let go because I put so much work into it. I don't care about the money. You can't rebuild a car like I did without losing money. You can't. So that's where I'm at. Can't think of anything else I want to talk about. To myself, to my future self. Oh, the heads, I think I did in the last video. I lapped the heads myself. I'm pretty sure they're good enough. If not, I can just take them back off or take them down there. I think they charge $250 to redo your, to do a valve job. And then, as I said in the last video, every valve, what do they call it? Every valve boot that goes on top of the head where the rocker arms, the seal, I don't really know what the name of it is. The valve seat boot, every one was missing. Every single one. You know, now that I look at these right now, I'm looking at the valve seat, the valves in the head. Some are darker than others. I wonder why that is. Like the shiny, shiny, dull, shiny, dull, shiny, dull, shiny. Now I'm thinking about this. These valves I did not mix up. So for some reason, look at these are shiny. That one's dull, 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 dull. And both these are good. I don't know what that means. You're gonna talk about one more thing. I've been wondering I bought this because I thought I might need some parts, but I've been wondering, what do I do with this? I think I got a plan. I'll explain it. This is the perfect platform, without any body, there's nothing in the way, to do an engine swap. Like, I'm thinking about putting a 429 or a 428 or whatever, a Hemi, whatever engine. It's perfect. I can do any welding or moving or anything right here. In fact, I was thinking, I could even shorten it. I could shorten this frame. Here's the transmission mount right here. I could take this rear end and move it up to here. Just cut it right about here. Cut off all this stuff in the back. Just to make it a roller. I'm not saying I'm gonna. The other thing I want to do is I want to put, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. Not sure when. I want to put rack and pinion steering in here. I'm pretty sure I can do it. The only thing that I'm not sure about is, if you can follow me here, when you get rack and pinion, where the steering wheel comes into here now, it would be coming in down there. So I have to get from there up to the firewall here. but I'm pretty sure I can do it. So basically, you get rid of all this junk. I think the only thing that matters is with rack and pinion is that it has to be the arms on the rack and pinion. In fact, you could probably fabricate them. Just have to be the same length from center to the whatever they call that, tie rod. I don't know what it's called, lower ball joint. And then figure out how to get up to here. They also sell electric steering. I might do this. Have rack and pinion and electric steering. So electric steering goes under your dash. So that's where this. Okay, so now we're going to talk more about, we're inside the shop. We just talked about the frame. So I don't want to work out in the sun and I don't want to work out in the rain. So I need to bring that frame in here to do all that work. Well, I got two problems with that. This car's in the way and that car's in the way. I got to get this thing running. I could park it outside if I wanted to, while I figure out the rest of the stuff. I'm not in any real rush. And I do have the materials to do all the body work. And the Trans Am, so what I'm saying is I could park the frame right here, or I could park it over there. But the problem, I can't park it over there because I got the Trans Am. But if I sell the Trans Am, then I get some money to work with. Again, I got to live within my means. So that's where I'm at. So this is just kind of a whatever video. So I built this engine run stand. I might as well rebuild these engines and sell them. I mean, wouldn't you rather buy an engine on a run stand that you can see running? Hell yes. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have all these parts laying around. I mean, look at this. I need to put these two engines back together, even if it takes a couple of months, so I can get all these parts off of here and all these parts off of here. I also got this FMX transmission that came with the 302. The reason I didn't do the FMX is because the transmission mounts in a different spot than the C4. But again, I can't throw it away. I got to do something with it. I might, over time, take that down, have that guy rebuild it if he can do it for $1,200. Make an adapter to the cross member. I'm thinking. Then I could sell a 302 if I bought a 302 with a rebuilt engine and a rebuilt transmission. And I could say that's in the car. I'll take them out. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So this is one of those weird videos, like all my videos. But what I did figure out so far is how to rebuild this carburetor, how to add an alternator, how to add a EIF distributor. That's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just having some fun. I haven't rebuilt this Holly 2-barrel. So these are probably all going to go to the junkyard, but maybe somebody will want to buy these too. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not all scuffed up. 302, somebody would want stock 302 pistons. Yeah, it's a couple days later. So I decided, well, I did some searching on the web and I found out you can get a long block. Basically that means Again, I'm not an engine guy, I'm a carpenter, but this is fun to me. And I'm looking down under the camera. You can get a long block, which comes with the heads, the push rods, the rocker arms, the timing chain, the whole, pistons, everything down below. So you just need valve covers, intake, carburetor, distributor, water pump, timing cover. And I'll show you the price. Okay, so I can get all that for $2,149. That's a hell of a deal. To buy a complete engine, it's like $5,000. I checked into it. Now what I also decided is to find one that was in my state, so I could drive. So you can see there's a core charge there. They want the old engine. They want all the parts you see right here. These are the parts that come with it. So I could drive down there, but it's like 6 hours. Or I could have them send it to me, and it would cost, I think it's $175 delivery, $175 back. It's like $350. It'd be like $350. That's still cheaper than a $5,000 engine, and I have all the other parts. I think this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. So when I get to the next video, hopefully I'm going to have the transmission back and this engine core. Then I can put the engine together, then the transmission, put it in the car, and start it up. Yeah, I'm sitting at my desk. There's one more thing I learned. I keep learning things, which is what I like to do. The heads are reversible. I wasn't sure about that. And I'm going to attach a picture at the end of this, and I'm going to show you why they're reversible. And then look at the intake manifold. On one end of the intake manifold is plugged up. Really weird. I didn't know they did that. So anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about.